Foundations for Our Future is an independent review of emotional health and wellbeing support for children and young people in Sussex.
I feel that it's important for people in Sussex to access care, especially so that they can receive support in a particularly changeable and dynamic period of their lives, especially at the moment when things are so up and down.
You know, the world we're living in, the way things are, can definitely be a trigger. It's totally okay to kind of be feeling a bit wobbly, a bit off, not yourself, off centre, just not quite, not quite how you want to be.
To me, emotional health and well-being is to do with how I'm feeling and the emotions I'm experiencing, and kind of most importantly how I'm able to express them and if I'm able to express them.
Emotional well-being and health is really important to me because from my own point of view, I learned that being more aware of your emotions and recognising them leads to being able to see what triggers them and then helps you to understand these emotions.
Everyone gets worried and sad from time to time, so that's why it's really important that young people like me have places that they can go to and talk to people about how they feel.
Some things I'd like to say about mental health services, obviously I think some of you will share my opinion in this sense, but they're not 100% reliable. But the services that are the ones that make the difference. They're really important, they really matter, and that's the kind of services we look out for, those youth workers that go beyond and above, those counsellors, those psychologists that really invest their time into you. There obviously are some services which need some extra support and some little bit of push in the right direction, I would say.
There's certain barriers that are in place for them, whether that's them living in poverty, or they have a member of their family that's unemployed, or they're a young carer, or sometimes it could be the fact that there's long waiting lists, which then means that sometimes during that process is that most young people won't experience or won't get the support they need, really.
More than 1,500 children and young people, their parents, families and carers and professional groups took part in this review.
The Foundations for Our Future review have made the following recommendations: a radical redesign in children and young people's emotional health and wellbeing services. This is because young people need to get the right support in the right places and, importantly, from the right people.
Improving access and achieving better health and wellbeing outcomes.
Making sure that money is invested into mental health services and that support given reflects local young people's needs.
Create better partnerships with organisations working across Sussex between the different health and care sectors, both in commissioning and in provision of services.
Hearing from and responding to the voices of children and young people to make sure that the health and care services in Sussex is co-designed by the people who use them.
Making changes to health and care data so they are more accurate and improve services for young people. Planning and monitoring the quality of services and care.
We know that the emotional health and well-being of our children is more important now than ever before. So we're working together with our partners across the local authorities, education and health, to implement these 20 recommendations and to do that as rapidly and quickly as we possibly can. And I'm expecting through the implementation of these recommendations that working together we can make a real positive impact. That's why we did Foundations for Our Future. And now it's really important that we put into action the recommendations made, and our oversight board will ensure that that happens.
We are now at that point where we have put a plan together against those recommendations, and it's time that we moved with purpose and pace to deliver on those things. What this will mean in reality is a fundamental change in the way that services are delivered. Services based on what young people have told us they need, and a delivery of those services when they are needed. I believe that Foundations for the Future gives us the very foundation that we have needed to make those radical changes that will make a difference in the outcomes of children and young people and radically improve their lives.
If you have needed or accessed emotional health and wellbeing services in Sussex and can share your experiences and feedback to help develop the foundations for our future, get in touch now.